Hello, Beez Bladers! Welcome back, and welcome newcomers to the channel. This is the Sharpal 202H knife sharpening kit. We're gonna get in here and check this bad boy out. It has a bunch of stuff that comes with it. We'll do a little bit of unboxing so you can see what the experience is like, and we're gonna see how this dude works, see if it's worth the money. I know right now they have a really good deal going on Amazon, so well, let's get into it. Now, I'm almost certain that this is made in Germany. This is a Germany product. So we have monocrystalline diamonds, an angle adjustment, a dual sliding clamp, a two-way flip, a sturdy base, and a rubber pad, an anti-slip pad. And look at all the, oh yeah, look at that. All those bad boys come with it, including a leather strap and all those goodies, but I know you want to see it. So let's flip to the other side. Here's the right side of the box that shows you the adjustable angles. By the way, it does have two different settings, one for shorter blades and one for taller blades. And you can see on each side, they've already got that where you can see it. Dual sliding knife clamps. And then we have a reliable flip mechanism. I'm very curious how this flip mechanism is going to work. Let's check out the other side. And there it is. It's explained on this side. The precise angle setting. Set the accurate sharpening angle based on the distance between the cutting edge and the clamp end. And it comes with tape. All right, so there's this side. Now let's get this box open. Now, if you've been around for any length of time, then you've seen me review several sharpening systems from different companies. And, you know, it depends on what you get, what the materials are made out of, and, you know, how long it's going to last. And a big thing about it is going to be your budget, right? Your budget determines a lot about what you can afford as far as knife sharpening. Now here's one thing. Oh yeah, it comes with all kinds of goodies. We'll show you that here in just a minute. Here's one thing that I always recommend or tell people is if you're a knife, ooh, wow. Ooh, okay, so it comes in a very nice case. But if you're a knife collector and you have a bunch of knives and you buy knives all the time, why would you not spend some money on a good sharpening system so you have sharp knives, right? Now, right out of the gate, I have to say, this is probably the nicest knife case that I have experienced so far that comes with a knife system. Usually you end up using a box or it has a flimsy case. This case is pretty darn sturdy. Let's just look and see what's in your packet real quick. And don't worry, I'm just kind of giving you an idea what's in here. So let's see, register for an additional year of warranty, share your purchase, and then a quick start guide. So it probably has a little bit of instructions in there. Oh, it does. It has all the way to stropping. So it has a little bit of instructions. And then look at that. There's a user manual. So that's pretty nice. It has, yeah, it looks like it's showing how to set your angle and all that good stuff. And now let's get in here and see what all that good stuff looks like. Up and close, there's a look at the nice texture, a little bit of texture vision for your case. All right, this is cool. This is very cool. So far, this is a good experience. Oh, wow. Okay, so it's compacted in here. From the top, you can't even see the base of it because we have here the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6 of these are gonna be, oh yeah, here you go. There's a look, there you go. You start at 200, 220, 325, 600, 1,000, 3,000, 6,000, and then your leather strap. You have here, this is something I still use, is a magic marker for your bevel. And then, oh, that's cool. Comes with a little thing to clean it off. And then here's your tool, probably gonna be for your clamping your knife down. And then here along the front is your angle rod. Very, very nice. I'm gonna go out on a limb and think that this whole thing probably, oh, okay. There's a little handles on both sides to pick all of your stones up. And let's look at this. There's a look at your diamond stone of your 220. Oh, wow, it does. It feels about like a 220. Feels nice and diamondy and gritty. And I think I might like this for better control. Okay, that's pretty cool. Here's a look at what we got inside. Here's our 2 clamps. We have some tape to put on the clamps. Then you have something that you can put some water or some alcohol or maybe a little bit of Windex or something if you're using the high grit stones. Here's our clamp, and then here's our base. And underneath the base, oh, what do we have? What do we have here? Let's check this out. And I know, you know, this is an unboxing because if you're thinking about getting this, dude, you'll want to know what comes with it. This has some of that, I can't remember, the chromium oxide or whatever it's called. I don't particularly use this myself, but it will work just fine if you want to put that on your leather strap. This will probably last you forever. My personal recommendation is go get you some good diamond emulsion, something like that to put in there. And then what do we have here? A couple extra screws. All right, so let's get this dude out and get it put together. Before I start taking it all out, I will give you a nice little look here to see what it looks like in its case, to see where everything goes in case you take it apart. And you're like, where did everything go? It's pretty darn simple. There's that, and then there's that. I like it. I'm always big on reading instructions, but you know what I'm gonna do? It looks like this is going to be pretty self-explanatory. There's not a bunch of tons of extra pieces or parts here. So let's see if we can figure out how to put this together real quick, and then we'll throw a knife on it and see just how it operates. Oh, it doesn't sit on top. It comes back here. All right. So this dude is going to fit right in the back of here, and we do have our tool. Let's grab our tool and see. This should just screw right in, just right like that. Let's see how this goes. All right, hopefully I'm on camera and you can see what I'm doing just a little bit. I am kind of fuddling around here, but let's see how difficult or easy it is to get started. Okay, it grabbed right on. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. About 13, lucky 13, and now it looks like we have our base set up already. Now let's see if we can figure out how this dude works. First of all, I'm going to get my clamps, which I'm guessing, yep. Okay, so far, putting it together, I mean, I've gone through some of my knife systems where you get all the pieces and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to go watch a video on how to put this together. This right here seems similar to some other knife systems that I have, some other sharpening systems. If I can get this screw started correctly without, okay, there we go. So this is just going to clamp right down onto that bad boy. And I might speed this up, or I might just skip ahead because, well, you get the whole idea of what's going on here, right? I'm just unscrewing this dude and then screwing it onto this dude right here. And you are going to be able to adjust this once you have it on to whatever size knife you're dealing with. Okay, and I do, oh, wait a minute. Hey, when you put this on, make sure both of your hex heads are facing the same direction, or that will be a pain in the butt when you go to adjust them. Just a little word of caution, or just a little time saver for you. I'm going to set these automatically close together because, you know, most of the knives that I sharpen aren't giant knives. Now let's see how this guy is lining up. Right now, it doesn't look like it's lining up completely how I want it to. So let me make sure I'm doing everything correctly. And I am seeing something different. This dude has a spacer back here. I'm going to take this spacer out because as you can see back here, there's a spacer. I imagine this could probably go on the back side. And I don't know if that's supposed to come with that, or if it's not, or if that was something for packing. I don't think it's going to make a big difference whether it is or not. There we go. Now we're all nice and lined up. So there we go. So there we have our clamps on. Everything feels good. Now let's set up this part. I'm going to get the rod out, and the rod should be pretty self-explanatory. See how the back is connected to the front here? We have our two clamps on. I haven't had to do anything else. This right now is moving around. And then this dude right here, which, wow, that is very, very slickery. I think that's going to work very nice. Very, very nice. Let's get our rod. All right, here's our rod. It's not a very long one, but I'm pretty sure you have to take off both of these little end caps right here. And then unscrew this little dude. This guy's going to be moving around very easily. So I'm going to put my stop back through here and then come over here and put this dude on. And I'm probably putting it on backwards, but I'll let you experience me doing it wrong by not reading the directions. Okay, so I hope you paid attention. So this guy right here is going to go the other way. So you're going to put this one right here that has the screw sticking out. This is what's going to hold your sharpening stones. This other side is going to be your stop, to where you want the stone to stop. So this actually is going to give you a lot longer reach than I expected. And then this dude right here. So let's see, when you go to change your stone, you're going to take this screw out and put this dude in here like this. And then you're going to screw this in. So first glance, it looks like to change your stones, you're going to have to do a little bit of finagling to screw it in. Now, one thing to keep in mind is this isn't a super expensive, and see how I'm screwing this in to the end right here. This is the leather strap that I grabbed. Okay, so this is going to give you, let me see my angle here. This is going to give you plenty of range of motion. So I thought this was a short rod, but in fact is lengthened by this dude right here. And by the way, I love Sharpal. I'll put links down there where you can go get, like, their sharpening stones are some of the best sharpening stones you can get on the market for the money. This is one of my favorites. This is this one's the 325 at 1200, and it comes with this base. And it's rubberized on the bottom. I'll put a link where you can get a bunch of different Sharpal stuff. But so there is how it operates. It's very smooth. I like the way it feels. So first impressions, just looking at it, I like the way everything works and how everything feels. The one thing is, you know, when you go to change this dude right here, you just have to unscrew this guy and take it out and pop it out, and you can pop another one in. So I guess once this screw is in, it is going to be pretty easy just to slide this off and slide another one on. As a matter of fact, I could probably do this one-handed, I imagine. This is, yeah, so this isn't going to be too bad. And when I first put this on, I kind of thought that you had to completely unscrew it each time, but you just unscrew that just a little bit, and you probably didn't see that. You just unscrew it just a little bit and screw it back on, and it feels pretty secure. Now, speaking of secure, let's see. You know what? This actually feels a lot more secure than I thought it would. This is metal right here, and this is metal, and it feels like, yes, we do. If you look at the bottom, there's a nice rubber pad on the bottom, and it's very like that good sticky rubber. And then there's a rubber pad down here, so it's not going to slide around on you. All right, I'm liking it so far. So it came with this white kind of papery style tape. You can use this to wrap around your clamps. You can also use some regular painter's tape, or you can get some captain tape. It doesn't really matter. The whole idea is that you don't want to scratch your knife, right? Now, if it's a working knife and it's already scratched up, then you don't even care. But I imagine it's not going to take a whole lot of this tape, and you're just going to want to wrap it around right at the very edge, just so you have some on each end. And it probably wouldn't hurt if you had, you know, at least a double layer. I'm not going to do that just for the purpose of making this video, but a double layer of tape is going to add a little bit of cushion, and it also kind of helps keep your blade clamped in. So hopefully I'm walking you through the entire process of setting this up to get ready to do your first sharpening. All right, let's see how easy it is to clamp a knife on here. I'm going to start with the fixed blade because I am making one observation so far, and that is that with this particular one, you can't get those clamps all the way into the center. You would need an adjustment, something similar to this. So Sharpal may already have something like that, but if they don't, it would be an adjustment to bring this to the center, something that's off-centered like this. And actually, if you have one of these, this is from a different company. You guys have seen what you see me talk about these. That would bring both of your clamps into the center for shorter blades, because I imagine if you're going to use one blade like this, a shorter blade, then that may throw you off and maybe off-centered because there's not enough room. So you may want to take one of these off and just use one clamp. But for all intents and purposes, let's see what the Civivi Elementum is going to look like on here. Let me get her cranked down real quick. Let's see. Get it lined up so it's nice and even. Let's see what we're looking like here. So that is nice and secure. This feels, so far I'm very surprised by the feeling of it. Everything feels nice and secure, and the fact that it's metal and you have metal clamps, and it feels good. Now this table I'm on right here, I don't use for sharpening. It's a cheap plastic table. It's not level, but I do want to check out and see what's going on. So this is what it looks like with the knife clamped on. You can see that I have both of them clamped onto the flat part of the top of the spine. And then this dude, it looks like when you're done, you can rest it on either side. They put a little notch back here. And then right here are your angle adjustments right there. Now these adjustments are going to be depending upon how much, like if you have a really wide blade, you're going to put it on B. You're going to go off of this angle guide right here, which is the B side. Whereas if it has a shorter, if it's less than a ½ inch or a ½ inch, then you can put it on the A side. And this is probably going to give you a good representation on this side of what angle you're at. So my main purpose of this video is to show you the form and function, not necessarily a knife sharpening video. We will, we'll talk about that stuff. I'll show you how this is going to operate and all that good stuff. But it came with the nice big, thick, what do you call that? Magic marker. And it's blue. So you can mark the bevel. So that works. That's very nice. Very, very nice. And once you've been sharpening for a bit, this is actually something that I use myself. I have different brushes that I've used to brush off some of the metal scrapings when you're in the sharpening process. So what I want to show you is how easily is this guy going to operate. So it's clamped down. It feels good. Let me find, okay, so this guy down here, this one, I'm going to loosen this and I'm going to raise my angle and I'm just going to eyeball it and see, am I about there? Am I getting close? I'm just going to hold it there for the purposes of this video. Actually, let me take a look here. Probably somewhere in that vicinity. I'm going to try it around 22-ish. Doesn't really matter because we're not sharpening the knife. So let's see how this functions. Okay, so you know what? This is a great idea. I really like this. I knew I was going to like this. And you can use this measurement right here to know which side you're going to look at for your angle. But me personally, you know, I just get an angle guide. You can put the angle guide on here and, you know, that's all. You can put the angle guide on here to flatten it out and put the angle guide up here. They're not that expensive to use, but for eyeballing it and setting it for your own notes, whichever side you're using, you can keep a notebook for your whatever knife. You like the CVV Elementum fixed blade, I would put it in my notes that I put it at whatever angle on the angle guide. So this, let's see. Now, because I don't want to come off the blade, once you get down to here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this dude right here and I'm going to adjust this guy. So I'm going to come back here and I'm going to adjust this guy so that it stops before this guy comes off the blade. So that's going to be my blade stop right there. And you can even get a spring and put on here and make it even a little bit fancier, Mr. Fancy Pants. So now let's see what happens. So now I'm not going to come off of the knife. It travels nicely. It's actually wow. Okay, so now I want to turn it, right? So I get this guy out of the way, give this a half a twist. Let's see, how easily can we turn this? All right, so you have to give that, let's see how many twists. You go like this, pull it back down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 twists, and now we're locked back in. Let me see how this feels. You know what? There's no give. I'm pushing down and there's no give. It's not wibble wobbling. So that is a major positive thing. Putting pressure on this, I'm impressed. Okay, I'm impressed. It doesn't move. That's a huge thing. It's not as difficult to change as I thought it was going to be. Let me see here. Okay, very nice. Wow, that I like it. I like it. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can turn it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're ready to go again. Dude, this is okay, this is nice. I like it. I mean, you know, I don't really have anything to complain about here. It is pretty darn solid. It's not moving around. I'm just going to say it's more solid than I expected it to be, just knowing, you know, for the price point, but it's heavy, has some good weight to it. It doesn't wobble around. You have this much space. It's not just a base like a lot of the sharpeners. You have this much space for it to be solid and not move around. So it doesn't move. It doesn't push down at all. So you're not going to be moving your angle all the time. It's easy to adjust. It's very fluid. I mean, very fluid. That works how it's supposed to. It has a stop. It has all the parts that you need. And, you know, the fact that you can start out, and I really do appreciate that it starts with a 220. This is where you get your main angle. Don't move away from the 220 until you found your angle, until you've created your bevel. You don't even go up to the next steps. And it has, so many different stones that you don't even have to go through that much of a progression of your stones. A 200, a 325, a 600, and then a 1,000. You know, that's about mostly all you need. Now, if you want to get into this dude right here, you can put a little bit of water on it. You know, this is a 3,000 and a 6,000. If you want to get kind of a mirror polish, you can go that route. But all in all, I'm completely impressed. And the price right now, when this video comes out, $143. Oh yeah, I would get it. Do I recommend it? Yes. Now, how long are the stones going to last? Well, I was on Amazon looking. The replacement stones are $20. So, how many sharpenings are you going to get out of it? And if you need another stone, the only one you should really be replacing is going to be your 220. These are going to last a lot longer because you don't use these to sharpen your knife. All these are doing is refining your grit pattern. So you might every once in a while, after you've done a bunch of them, and I already know because they have top quality diamonds. Their diamond stones work fantastic. So I have no reason to believe that they're not going to be high quality and not have grit contamination. They look nice and clean. So a replacement being $20, considering what we spend on our knives, yes, I recommend it. It's very cool. I'll put a link down there where you can check it out. But that's the new Sharpal. And I love it. There's going to be a couple of videos that pop up on your screen. Go check those out. That's going to be new knives, sharpening gear, who knows, flashlights. But until I see you again in the lives or the chats or the hive streams, remember, live life in the present, keep a Band-Aid handy, and don't cut yourself.